Hi, I'm Steve from Norfolk and Good Road to Self-Sufficiency, and welcome to my 19th video in my journey. If you haven't seen any of the others, please feel free to go and look over the mess that I've made over the last 18 of them. Well, I just thought I'd give you an early May update. I'm here in my grow room. You can see a lot of the plants there. And as I spin round, we've got some more. Well, I've got some milk bottles there that we're going to grow some herbs in. They'll go into the polytunnel at some point. And then we've got stuff just growing everywhere, just waiting for the last frost to disappear, so that we can start getting stuff out of here. This room was supposed to be a workshop, but it's turned into a bit of a grow room, and it's doing really well. We're getting a lot of stuff coming out of here. But hey, come with me, let's go and see what's going on in the rest of the garden. Hi, so here we are in the polytunnel. So I bring some plants in here to begin the hardening off process. I've got various bits and pieces here. I'm just getting the polytunnel ready for moving some of the tomatoes and the chilies into. So let me just spin the camera around and show you what's going on. So we're just starting to bring some of the herbs over in the milk bottles. Got some parsley there. Those little grow rings are where I'm going to start putting some tomatoes, and I'm going to wrap them around these strings as they grow up. So I'm going to have all the tomatoes down the outside, all along there, and then the same over there on the outside, and then on the inside we'll get all the chilies growing. At the moment we've got some radishes down there. There's sunflowers waiting to germinate. Sweet peas desperate to get out, they're growing well. Box full of carrots. Beetroot waiting to go out. Some lettuces and stuff like that. So let's go outside and show you some of the progress that's been going on. So here's the brassica bed. Got some scarlet kale in there, we've got some curly kale down the other end, some broccoli, sprouts growing, cabbages, and some multi-sown spring onions going down there as well. Potatoes in that bed there haven't started coming through yet, but I only put them in the ground a couple of weeks ago. The overwintered broad beans are doing really well. They're coming on. The elephant garlic here, the normal garlic there, they're doing really well. They've been overwintered, as have most of these onions. There was some late sown garlic there, and I've just pumped out a few more onions the other day. But this structure is the Seat of Gourd. So the pergola on that side, I'm going to grow some runner beans up, and then on this side I'm going to have two different types of gourd. I'm going to have the snake gourd growing all the way up and possibly across, and then the bottle gourds are going to grow up and then across there. That's the plan, so fingers crossed. And then in the rest of this bed, as I say, we're going to have runner beans growing up there, and the peas and other beans. We've got some climbing beans and some French beans that we're going to put in there. Okay, so that's the two wigwams finished off, and I've made a pea frame out of some old stock fencing that was lying around, and some bamboo and other bits and pieces. Those peas have been hardening off for a couple of weeks. They've been outside. They're a Mange 2 variety, so I was quite happy to transplant them. And the brambles, the old bramble canes around them, If any critters want to come up and start getting anywhere near them, they put their paws on them. Hopefully that'll dissuade them from trying to eat my peas. So we're getting on. Got one more pea frame to go in this bed. I'll find something. I think I've got some more stock fencing, and that will go between that wigwam there and the Seat of Gourd. So that's all coming on, but since the last update I've also created yet another bed. So the 4 or 5 beds that were behind me, these ones here, they were just done as a bit of a fancy for me, a bit of an indulgence. But with this one here, I want to start growing on a more productive way. So we've got a 75 centimetre wide bed, 12 metres long. These are some leeks that I put in there this morning. They've been out for a couple of weeks, so they've been hardened off. So there's about 80 leeks I've sown this morning just to get them going. And then what we're going to do, hopefully, is I'm going to put a couple of beds across there at right angles to this, and 3 or 4 beds across there, again at right angles. And then they'll finish over nearly towards the compost area. And we'll have another long 12-metre bed going down here as well. So there's compost. Oh, there's some logs there that we did. They're coming on from the orchard. So that compost is heating up really nicely. That's my riddling station where I've been riddling that lot and using some of that to go on the new bed behind us. And then we're slowly building up the ericaceous stuff that's coming from underneath all those conifers and pigeon houses up there. Here we've got the wood chips from where I'm processing stuff out the orchard growing. Jerusalem artichoke bed. I found some old lettuce seeds and I just sort of scattered them over in various groups just on there just to see if it happened. So got some lettuces coming through. Rhubarb doing all right. So let's go down to the orchard. There's the fire pit. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'd have seen me, particularly one with a fire burning of a croc's head that we had. Well, I've been digging up bramble roots. Once we've cleared it of brambles, going through, digging up blooming great big alien-like bramble roots. Dig a few out every day. We'll soon get on top of it. But yeah, it's all coming along, opening up, getting some light in here. The walnut tree I brought down. So we'll continue clearing this, continue getting this back in, get rid of these laurels here. If you've seen on my very first video, we talked about this massive grass heap that was here, that had been there for about 18 years. Nearly all gone now. And then we've got to clear all of this. So that's May's update. I may have done 1 or 2 other bits of videoing that I haven't published yet, so I may add them on to the end of this or split sometime in the middle of that. But yeah, it's all coming on. I'm really happy. Just a few more days until frosts have gone and we can start getting stuff out. So that's just a little bit of an update on what we've been doing and the progress here. I can't wait for the weather to warm up. If you've got this far, thanks very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below. Check out the other 18 videos that I've done, mucked up or whatever. But thanks for joining me on my journey. And hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And stay safe and keep well, people. See you around.